Good morning and welcome to News Lounge. I'm Tom Hartley.
And I'm Maritza Muniz. Good morning.
How are you feeling this morning, Maritza?
I'm a little bit sad, Tom, because it's our very last News Lounge episode for the year.
It is a bit devastating. I'm tearing up already, just quietly. And I'll probably have a big cry by the end of the show, but we'll save that for then.
It's certainly been a fantastic first season. How are you feeling, Mon?
Oh, I'm a bit excited, a bit sad. My grandma's all the way up from Melbourne, so hey Granny. But it's all a bit sad really.
It is, but it's going to be a fantastic show. We also have the very last segment from our Friday foodie, Natasha Mirosh, coming up later in the show.
It's going to be very tasty by the sounds of it.
It will be.
But for now, we're going to head over to Catherine to see what's happening in our news.
Good morning, guys. We're making news on Friday, the 14th of December 2012. Brisbane's City Council have evicted Aboriginal activists who are trying to re-establish the Brisbane Tent Embassy. After shutting down the embassy on Tuesday by extinguishing the sacred fire, Mayor Graham Quirk said he acted at the orders of 20 elders who said the site had become one of increased alcohol consumption and violence. Queensland Health workers and union members are protesting the axing of 200 community health jobs under the controversial state government budget plan to slash 14,000 public service positions. Social workers, dietitians, speech pathologists and occupational therapists are among the many to be made redundant due to the 3 community health bodies consolidating into one. Representatives from the public sector union together say the cuts will cost the state in the long run. West End residents are banding together to protect what they call the oldest and best-loved resident. Local Adrian Bullslook is attempting to stop the Brisbane City Council from removing the bunya pine on Ferry Road to make way for a block of residential units. Mr. Bullslook said trees are an asset to the community and every resident has the right to have a say on the matter. Ipswich's game meat industry could be on the rise after Russia decided to reintroduce Australians' kangaroo exports. Russia suspended kangaroo meat trade in 2009, which led to the loss of 2,500 jobs and the closure of 11 processing plants. Russia is agreeing to allow Adelaide-based exports to resume following talks by the LNP Senator Barnaby Joyce. Basketball Australia have criticised the federal government for providing Sports for School funding to Queensland Rugby League program over its own basketball program. The No School No Play program was a $2 million initiative using sport as an incentive for kids to attend school. While funding ceases at the end of this year, Schools Minister Peter Garrett agreed to allocate $4 million towards Queensland's former Origin Greats Arty program. Former New South Wales Labor Premier and Chief of Basketball Australia, Christine Kennelly, said the rugby program will cost 10 times the amount it would to renew the Basketball Australia's program, which operates in 3 states. The Supreme Court in Brisbane has allowed the Crime and Misconduct Commission to obtain over 150 items belonging to Joel Barlow, who fleeced Queensland Health of $16 million. Over $12 million worth of assets have been frozen by the Commission following the arrest of Mr. Barlow last year. Mr. Barlow is set to plead guilty to defrauding the government between 2007 and 2011. Premier Campbell Newman has begun a $5 million inquiry into the botched Queensland Health payroll system. The Queensland Nurses Union reject the decision, saying the inquiry is an attempt to distract from the ongoing job cuts. Union Secretary Des Elder says the money would be better spent on reversing the savage job cuts in Queensland Health. Some Brisbane residents received more than just a Christmas card in the mail over the weekend. Local burger joint Burger Urge took a creative twist on their marketing this season. Residents across New Farm, West End and Kelvin Grove found condoms with the slogan "Get intimate with our new premium beef." Burger Urge owner Sean Carthew has received a high volume of complaints, with one customer implying the business has no class. And finally, if you're looking for a night out without the kids, the Flipside Circus Cabaret is on tomorrow night at 7:30 and is jam-packed with great entertainment. You can book tickets on the Flipside Circus website and then head down to the Flipside Circus Training Centre in Newmarket to enjoy the show. That's all from me, guys, and from behalf of the news presenters we've had on, Rebecca, Tony and myself, we would like to thank you all for watching and we wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Catherine, as it has Connor and Tony as well. Great stuff from some great people, and we hopefully will see us all around next year.
Yes, hopefully.
But for now, we're going to head straight over to Monica and see what's happening in our sports.
Thanks, guys. Olympic diver and gold medalist Matthew Mitchum is home suffering a bit of a hit on the noggin after hitting his head on the pool's deck at the diving championships here in Brisbane. Still at the championships, Queensland Brittany Broden has taken first place in the 10-metre women's final, while Victorian James Connor dominated the men's 3-metre final. Golfers didn't have to swim in sharky waters yesterday, with Greg Norman withdrawing after the 2 holes at the PGA. Aussie Scott Stranger is currently leading the comp 6 under par after 18 holes. Continuing in our summer of cricket, former Test paceman Rodney Hogg has shirted Sri Lanka on Twitter, saying the Sri Lankan side has, I'm sorry, there's been some difficulties with the prompter. I think that's all we've got time for the sport.
All right, no worries, Mom.
Okay, not a problem. Well, we did actually have some more sport news. Tom, with the cricket.
I'll continue on with the cricket there. That's right. 6th ranked Sri Lanka have never won a test here, and they will rely on leading spinner Harath to run a high-scoring. We'll just skip to the next one.
Runs.
They do need to fix themselves up, old Sri Lanka, but we'll see how they go.
Also in baseball this weekend, we can look forward to seeing the best baseball talent in Australia at the Melbourne Ballpark for the 2012 ABL All-Star Game. Sunday we'll see Team Australia take on the World All-Stars in what's sure to be a home run for baseball fans.
It really will. So the World All-Stars actually comprises of the best imports from all around the world. It's going to be a really good game. It's going to be awesome. Back in the pool now, the Australian men's water polo team aren't daunted by the idea of hosting Croatia next year. The Croatians are calling on 8 of their London gold Olympic medalists ahead of next year's Aquatic Super Series showdown. That'll be pretty intense for us.
It'll be pretty interesting,
Aussies,
especially hosting the Croatians there.
That'll be great.
Also in rugby union, Wales coach Warren Gatland has slapped Deans in the face, saying the Wallabies are the British and Irish Lions' best chance of a win ahead of next year's Six Nations tournament.
And I think that's true, sadly, being number 3 in the rate seeded at the moment internationally.
Union. I don't think Wales are doing too well though at the moment. So.
Yeah, I think that's why they're saying the Wallabies unfortunately are our best hope.
And we have some final sport news. Controversial comments were made yesterday with former Olympian Ian Thorpe saying he's happy at Lance Armstrong's downfall. The Torpedo is praising doping authorities for its conviction of the 7-time Tour de France winner, saying it shows no matter who you are or what you do, you can still fail. Some
very interesting comments coming from our former Olympian, the Torpedo.
Very interesting.
And we'll see how that one develops later on. Or we won't, but you guys are sure to follow it up online. But that's all the time we've got for this segment. After the break, we're going to be joined by Natasha Mirosh with her guest, and we're going to be talking about some amazing cookbooks for you guys over the Christmas period.
That's correct. See you soon. Welcome back to the final episode of News Lounge for the year. Right now it's time for our Friday foodie section, and Natasha Mirosh, she's got our last segment for the year. Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Well, how are you?
Excellent. We've got a few openings this week. So Fat Noodle, Luke Nguyen's new place, opened in the Treasury Casino. It's a kind of street food-inspired Malaysian, Thai, Vietnamese restaurant. It's quite casual. One of the best things is that it's open till 3 a.m.
So. So all those partiers, somewhere to stop off if you have a noodles craving.
That's right.
I know where I'll be tomorrow night.
The other place that opened that's also opened late at night, you can get bar snacks after 10 p.m, which is quite unusual in Brisbane, is Matt Moran's new River Bar. So that opened on the old Boardwalk site. I don't know if you remember, the Boardwalk was flooded during the floods.
I remember that, yes. I used to walk past there quite often. Felt a bit sad for the place, but that's great to see something new going in.
It's very swish and swanky. And then we've got a nice little kind of cheap eat in Caxton Street, Brat House, which is a German sausage house with all the kind of trimmings. So that's perfect if you're going to Suncorp Stadium to watch it.
You're a fan of German sausage, aren't you, Marita?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I do like sausage, but...
Okay, we might move on from that.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Let's keep going.
So today I've brought a studio guest in, Julie from Scrumptious Reads. It's a wonderful cookbook shop in Jane Street in Fortitude Valley.
Well, thanks for coming in. It's been, looking forward to this one.
So I do believe that we have a video to go to as well, to show.
Yes, that's right. A little bit about Julie and her shop.
It sort of stemmed from my own library because I read a lot of books on food, and just not cookbooks, but I like, knowing facts. So I read history of different things and the science of food, and I've been collecting these type of books for a long time, and I found that most of the time I bought them from overseas, and so I thought there must be a market for it here. And so I started researching into it, and then we did the pop-up shop last year and found that we had a really good reception to that, and so we followed it on with the shop. We opened at the end of July this year. Yeah, so it's about five months, coming to 5 months. Slowly building. People are getting to know where we are now and what we're about, so we're slowly getting people in, and also word of mouth, and we've got a lot of supporters who've been talking about us as well. We've got a broad range of customers, and we've had quite a few saying, "Oh, Brisbane has been waiting for this, and we need something like this." We've got a wide variety of age and professionals coming in, and I also encourage all the chefs to come in as well, and really a really good broad variety of customers come in. Yeah. We have a lot of people coming in asking for specific titles as well, and we find that a lot of people are going into more sustainable and healthy practices as well. There's a resurgence in going back to the basics and grassroots movement as well. Yeah, so it's been really interesting what people have requested. Yeah, and so we search for those books for them.
So Julie, this must be one of your busiest times, I guess, because cookbooks are very popular gifts at Christmas.
Yes, it has been very quite popular. We've had a good flow of people coming through the stores in the last few weeks. Yeah.
So what are the top picks for that you have for Christmas of cookbooks?
I've got 5 with me, or 4 with me, but we've got Faviken by Magnus Nilsson, Zen Bu Zen by Jane Lawson, Modernist Cuisine, which is a 6-volume tome, which I don't have with me because it's about 20 kilos. And we've got Lentil as Anything by Shanaka Fernando, and A History of Food in 100 Recipes.
Okay. So why these particular books? Can you talk us through why you've chosen these ones?
There's a variety of reasons. With Lentil as Anything, just his journey through his life and why he has decided to open the restaurants, and his give back to the community principles I thought was very interesting, and how it has worked as a social experiment as well. With the history one, I just like history, and I find it's very interesting to know where recipes come from. And with Jane Lawson's book, it's just a beautiful book on Japanese food, and it's also part memoir on her part.
So she lives, I believe, in Kyoto?
Yeah, she was living in Kyoto, and she's moved back in Sydney now.
Okay.
And Faviken is just another beautiful book, and also the principles that Magnus has is very admirable, I think.
Does it translate? I know he is Swedish, I believe.
Yes.
Do those recipes, and does that book translate into here? I mean, can we use any of them because of the different produce?
I think you can use them, but they're very modern, but you can always find a different ingredient that's similar, I think. And most of them I think you can find here in the right season. Yeah.
Is it hard for you to source these books?
Some of them, yes, but a lot of them not really, because I've spoken to a lot of our book reps and they flag me up on a lot. But with the ones I find difficult are the historical ones. They're a little bit harder to find because some of them are already out of print.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes a good cookbook in particular?
I think that it has to be easy to understand and relevant to the actual person who's reading it. I think not all cookbooks is the same, and not everybody who reads it is the same. Yeah.
So you would say when you're looking for a Christmas present as a cookbook to take the person's interest into account
Definitely.
and their skill set as well?
Yes, definitely.
So not all of these would be good books for beginners, for example?
No, I think Zen Bu Zen's really good. It's very simple to follow. Farbican is up to a point, and Modernist Cuisine probably not, because you need specialist equipment. But what's good about Modernist Cuisine is the science of the food, so you know why you need certain temperatures or how different chemicals work in the cooking process.
And who's been buying Modernist Cuisine, for example?
The 2 sets that I have sold so far have been a Siberian chef.
A Siberian chef?
Yeah, he was on holidays and he saw it and he bought it.
Wow.
And then another person was just a foodie, a passionate foodie. Yeah.
It's very expensive, isn't it, Modernist Cuisine?
Yes, Modernist Cuisine did start off at $1,200 and now it's $890.
You'd have to really like someone a lot to give them that for Christmas, I guess.
Definitely.
So why a cookbook store?
It's my passion with the reading, but also I found that I've been reading a lot about food and the history, and it's an extension of my library, really.
Okay, well I guess it's going to be very busy for you over this Christmas period, so I hope you get a break.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have left with Natasha for what's been an absolutely sensational 6 weeks of incredible food advice, tips, openings, closings and stuff like that.
The News Lounge crew have really enjoyed getting out to all these brand new places and testing them out for ourselves. So it's been great.
Yeah, definitely. I think Alfred and Constance is definitely one of our favourites now.
Yes, definitely. Well, we will be back soon with the weather report and a visit from Father Christmas. Don't go away.
See you soon. Welcome back to News Lounge.
It's our very last episode if you've just tuned in for the year, and it's our final segment. Tom, how are you feeling?
I'm pretty devastated. I'm eyeing off a box of tissues I can see just over there. I think I might have to grab them pretty soon. But it's been such an awesome journey that we've had here at News Lounge.
It really has.
Coming from the ragtag bunch of individuals that we were in the very first week, going through those run-throughs and really just that sense of community and stuff that we've been able to share with Brisbane and the wider community.
And on behalf of all of the News Lounge team, we'd like to thank everyone out there who's supported us and who's watched us as well. It really means a lot to us. And now it's time for our final weather report. What's in store for us today, Mon?
Thanks, guys. Temperatures will be in the high 20s and low 30s for the weekend, with the fine sunny days, so the weekend looks good for all you beachgoers out there. Today, Brisbane's in for a mostly sunny day with a few morning showers and some light to moderate south to southeasterly winds. We can expect a top of 27 degrees in both the city and the Bayside. Now to neighbouring southeast cities. The Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast will have early showers, clearing during the afternoon and reaching a top of 27 and 28 respectively. Ipswich will be fine and sunny with a top of 30. Around the state now, Cairns can expect an early shower and a top of 33. Townsville mostly fine and 33 degrees. Mackay is fine and mostly sunny with a top of 32. Rockhampton is also fine and sunny with a top of 33 degrees. A fine and sunny day for Mount Isa with a warm top of 40 degrees. And in other capital cities around the country, Sydney will be partly cloudy with a top of 27. Melbourne will be rainy with a top of 24. Canberra a possible shower with a max of 29. Hobart's in for a little morning drizzle and a top of 22. A few showers easing for Adelaide with a top of 29 degrees. Partly cloudy for Perth and a max of 27. Darwin will get an afternoon shower or storm and a top of 35 degrees. That's all the weather from me. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Monica. We'd also like to extend our thank you and best wishes to Connor and Georgie, who have also covered our weather and sports throughout the season.
Now it's time to welcome a very special guest to the show, the one and only Santa Claus. Good morning, Santa.
Ho, ho, Merry Christmas.
Santa, you've lost a bit of weight since last year. What's been working for you?
Well, Tom, I went on a summer diet. It was mainly made up of melon, but...
Well, I wasn't aware you could get melon in the North Pole.
No, I got it flown in from Australia.
That's exciting.
You must be excited to be here then, so you can have as much melon while you're here, I guess.
That's it. And I'm really excited. I brought along some presents for all of you. Did you get them all?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yep.
Where have you hidden these, Santa?
I believe they're under your seats.
I have a present from Santa. I will open mine.
Well, I think I'm a bit disappointed with what Santa's given me. Potato.
Sorry, Tom.
Explain yourself, Santa Claus.
I just thought you might like a potato.
Well, I'm not from the Emerald Isle like you are, so I'll leave that one there.
I got a very cute bear. Thank you, Santa.
That's all right.
Beanie bears. We all got bears. Except for Tom.
Yeah, actually, I did get another little treat. Jar of coal. Santa,
what have you been up to this year?
I think I've been pretty naughty this year, maybe.
Really? That's probably why, reflecting of the gifts.
Maybe next year you should be a bit nicer, Tom.
I don't know. It's going to be pretty hard to be really nice next year, knowing that the coals in the cards.
When you think about it as well, you could actually light that. I heard you're a bit of a pizza fan, so you could put that in your pizza oven.
I'll have to get a pizza oven first, maybe.
Maybe if you're nice next year, Santa will give you a pizza oven and you can use that coal for something else.
What are the chances, Santa? Pizza oven next year?
I don't know, Tom. It just depends. Also, everybody, don't forget, around the city on Christmas Eve, there's lots of festivities to check out. There'll be Christmas carols at Queen Street Mall and also at other locations around the city. And for all our Gold Coast people, on the 15th of December at Pacific Fair Shopping Centre, there will be a Christmas concert featuring Stero De Bono, so make sure you all get along to that.
That sounds really, really cool, Santa. I think there's lots of great free events out there as well for kids and families, so definitely check out what Brisbane has on offer. I'm pretty sure they've got some really, really great events going on as well, so that's really exciting.
That's it, Kathy.
Yep.
Santa, what's it like coming from, snowy, cold North Pole all the way down to here in hot, blazing Australia?
Well, I did pack my summer suit. I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing shorts.
Could you stand up and just flash those legs for a sec for us, Santa?
Oh, we can tell you're definitely from the North Pole, Santa. You need to maybe get a little bit of a tan while you're down here as well.
As Mon said, we've got some pretty good weather happening around the state, so you can definitely pop down to one of the beaches. And
definitely.
Do yourself a favour, Santa. Do yourself a favour, mate.
That's it. Mon, you heading along to any Christmassy things?
Actually, I've got graduation ceremony this afternoon, so that might be a bit Christmassy. I don't know. Hopefully.
Planning on wearing a Santa hat instead of your cap?
Well, who knows? Maybe mix it up a bit.
And Catherine, what about you?
I'm not sure. I did just read in the news earlier about that fair that they've got going on in Newmarket tomorrow night. So that might be a nice little one. I think it's a bit of an adult show as well. So it might be a fun one for all the adults to get along to there and ditch the kids with somebody for the night.
Ditch the kids. Well put.
Yeah.
I think there'd be a lot of parents going through that at the moment, especially seeing all the prezzies down the
yes, well, it is school holidays as well, and I'm sure the parents are going to be very pleased that we've got some nice beach going weather, even though there is going to be a king tide, so just be careful around those beaches. Some of the conditions aren't going to be too fantastic, I've heard, with some of the big waves as well. So Santa, when you're going for a bit of a surf, be very careful. There can be rips, so we wouldn't know anything to happen to you before the big day.
The flags, that's the main thing,
And just to close off our segment, what's everyone's plans for Christmas?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm going to check out that cookbook shop and get my Jamie Oliver on.
Yeah,
I've got a lovely old retro kitchen, and I think a few sneaky Christmas puddings might be coming my way. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas puddings, I do like to cook them.
Okay, and other people just eat them for you?
Oh, they can eat them if they want, or just bask in its glory, I think.
Fair enough. Mon, any plans?
Oh, probably just spending a bit of time with the family, getting together, and maybe a bit of surf because the beach weather should be good. Yeah, what about you guys? What about you, Catherine?
I have a very, very large extended family, so we're going to have a very big Christmas day, lots and lots of food, so I'm probably going to be sleeping off probably my Christmas Day lunch for a few days after that. So
sleeping off the eggnog,
Yeah, going to be lots of cooking and food and drinks, and everyone will be very, very merry, I'm sure. We all know what you're going to be doing on Christmas, Santa, so we don't need to ask you.
Very busy getting around to all the good boys and girls, unlike Tom.
What are some of the strangest requests you've had from children, Santa?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's a breach of my Santa code.
Oh, Tom, very true. Every
Santa.
time a child writes a list, it's confidential.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't know that because I walked in on my parents reading my Christmas list.
It ruined your childhood, didn't it? It scarred you.
It scarred me for life. I just don't know what to think of Santa anymore.
Aww. All right, well, we'd like to give a very big thank you to Anna, Miles and Holly, our other hosts, and all our writers and crew, especially our amazing producers, Ange Robertson and Brooke Matthews, who have worked tirelessly on the show and made everything possible for us.
It's been an absolutely amazing experience to work with such a vibrant, energetic, charismatic team. Especially working with you guys, Maritza. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting with you.
Tom.
Thank you.
Our last biggest thank you actually goes to our incredible head writer, Matt Clayton, who wrote this line into the script. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks for keeping us on the ball. Yeah. And for all those technical difficulties that we did have throughout the season, we won't be seeing many of them next season.
Have a Merry Christmas.
See you guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.